Away from Turkey to the U.S., where President Joe Biden is calling on Republicans in his State of the Union address to work with him to finish the job of rebuilding the economy and uniting the nation. The backdrop of the annual address was markedly different from the previous 2 years, with the Republican speaker sitting behind President Biden and Republican lawmakers in the audience preparing to scrutinize both his administration and his policies.
President Biden sought to reassure the nation that his stewardship of the country has delivered results both at home and abroad. Rather than rolling out flashy policy proposals, the president set out to offer a reassuring assessment of the nation's condition.
The last few years, our democracy has been threatened and attacked, put at risk, put to the test in this very room on January the 6th. And then just a few months ago, an unhinged big lie assailed and unleashed a political violence, the home of the then Speaker of the House of Representatives.
President Biden was shifting his side after spending his first 2 years pushing through major bills such as the bipartisan infrastructure package. Addressing Republicans who voted against the big bipartisan infrastructure law, President Biden said he will still ensure their pet project received federal support. Though he pledged bipartisanship where possible, President Biden also underscored the sharp tensions that exist between him and House Republicans. The loudest Republican jeers came when President Biden accused them of planning to cut Social Security and Medicare, which some members of the party have suggested, but whom President Biden said he would not name.
Let's commit here tonight to the full. I'll give you a copy.
With COVID-19 restrictions now lifted, the White House and legislators from both parties invited guests to the address designed to drive home political messages with their presence in the House chamber. With the parent of Tyre Nichols looking on, U.S. President Joe Biden used the State of the Union address to make an emotional plea for police and gun reform.
Like the spike in violent crime in 2020, the first year of the pandemic, we have an obligation to make sure all people are safe. Public safety depends on public trust, as all of us know. But too often that trust is violated. Joining us tonight are the parents of Tyre Nichols. Welcome. Police officers or police departments violate the public trust. They must be held accountable. With the support of the families of victims, civil rights groups, and law enforcement, I signed an executive order for all federal officers banning chokeholds, restricting no-knock warrants, and other key elements of the George Floyd Act. Let's commit ourselves to make the words of Tyler's mom true.
The speech came just days after President Biden ordered the military to shoot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon that flew brazenly across the country, captivating the nation and serving as a reminder of tense relations between the two global powers.
Before I came to office, the story was about how the People's Republic of China was increasing its power and America was failing in the world. Not anymore. We made clear, and I made clear in my personal conversations, which have been many, with President Xi, that we seek competition, not conflict. But I will make no apologies that we're investing to make America stronger.
Last year's address occurred just days after Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine, and as many in the West doubted Kyiv's ability to withstand the onslaught.
And together, we did what America always does at our best. We led. We united NATO. We built a global coalition. We stood against Putin's aggression. We stood with the Ukrainian people. Tonight, we're once again joined by Ukraine's ambassador to the United States. She represents not just her nation, but the courage of her people. Our ambassador is here.
Over the past year, the U.S. and other allies, including Canada, have sent tens of billions of dollars in military and economic assistance to bolster Ukraine's defenses. Now, President Biden must make the case for sustaining that coalition as the war drags on.